Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have what some are going to say, David, that is a sexist title. I don't mean it to be sexist. Let me try to explain. The title is If the Ladies Like It. Let me explain. Before you put the comment, let me explain. There's a person by the name of Red Black 8414. That's what he goes by. I don't know if that's his real name. Goes by Red Black 8414. He put a comment down below one of my vlogs, and this is what he said. I like when you said Don Allen thought that if you want good magic, watch what women respond to. That reminds me of David Bamberg, who wrote in Greater Magic almost a century ago. And he quotes David Bamberg here. Work for the women in the audience. Flirt with them, not necessarily the pretty ones. Make them laugh. If they are pleased, the men will be also. The men will follow. Human nature does not change. I'm a new subscriber. I love what you do. Greater Magic, 8th Impression, Revised Edition, Chapter 31, Stage Presentation by David Bamberg, page 940. It's worth reading the entire chapter. David Bamberg was a brilliant man. I'm grateful that I read that kind of magic book when I was 15 years old. He reads this book when he's 15 years old. That was a long time ago in 1965. Yeah, that was a while ago. Now, let me share with you this, by the way, right here. You see this? I'm going to open it up right here. This is page 940. And this is a expanded quote that I'm going to share with you from David Bamberg. Remember, Mr. Magician, the girls and the women are watching you. They form the great part of our magical world. Please them, and the youngsters and the men will have to come along. Work to the women, please them, flirt with them, smile at them. Don't get fresh. Remember where you are. But pick them out with your eyes, old ones, pretty ones, ugly ones. All the same, give them a smile and work for them. It depends on them whether you are going places or not. I know from 10 years with my own full night show what I'm talking about. I can't hear them say it, but when they turn full of smiles to their husbands or brother or boyfriend and say something, and he either nods with a smile or a frown, I know they said, "Isn't he a nice fellow?" or something like that. And when they do that, you're on the right track. Keep it up. Keep it up. David Bamberg, almost 100 years ago. Now, I can hear you guys saying, David, we're living in the 21st century. That doesn't apply anymore. Doesn't apply anymore. Well, if you want to take gender out of the discussion, let's talk about lay people in general. People that generally don't like magic. You're playing for this group of people. These are your paying audience members here. These are the ones that are either going to come to your show or not. They're the ones that are either going to hire you or not. And so there's some. I think there's still validity in the 21st century. Now the Don Allen book I was referring to, this is in a class by himself, The Legacy of Don Allen by John Rackerbaumer. It's an excellent book. In the back of the book, very back of the book, there's a little article called Sneaky Things to Remember. Sneaky Things to Remember. I'm going to share with you a few of these sneaky things to remember. Number two. All tricks must play to women. All tricks must play to women. Let me tell you a story. You're telling me that this doesn't have application today. You're telling me that this... I took my wife to see Penn and Teller. I also took her to see David Copperfield. I also took her to see a number of other performers. But I'm singling out Penn and Teller for a reason. I take her to see Penn and Teller, and she just loves it. Loves it. She wants to see them again. She never asked to see any other performer again. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So, let me go back to In a Class by Himself. All tricks must play to women, number 2. Number 4, figure out where and how you can humanly interact with spectators during an effect. The most interesting aspect of any presentation usually concerns the audience. They are the show. They are the show. Number 10, never perform 2 card trick presentations in a row, and never begin your act with a card trick. Number 10. Number 14, have 2 of everything. Oh man, has that ever saved me? Number 15, when it comes to Murphy's Law, consider Murphy an optimist. Number 21, the ratio of laughter to bafflement should be 6-to-1. 6 laughs for every 1 mystery. Every trick must be able to be seen by at least 30 people. Now remember, Don Allen was a close-up performer. And he's saying every trick I do is capable of being seen by at least 30 people. But let me go back to number 2. All tricks must play to women. Lay people are going to make or break you in your career, not magicians. Lay people. Those are the ones that you need to be performing to. When you perform, pay attention to their reactions. Are they having a good time? Are they laughing? Are they having fun? Or are they leaning back, or are you losing them a little bit? Pay attention to that. Do more of what pleases them and less of what bores them, and you will have a successful show. That's what we're getting at. If the ladies like it, you're on the road to success. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below. Please comment. I love your comments, and I'm sure we're going to get some today. Have a good day, everyone.